time, Adam. I don't know. Seafood City.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's start off.
Welcome to Between the Bellz.
Oh, wait. Oh, we're doing that? Okay, go ahead.
I'm Joe Vargas.
I'm Adam Alexander.
We're doing that.
Yep.
We did it.
We just did it.
You haven't done it yet.
It's my box.
Yeah, it's your box? Okay, good. Let's start this week. I want to talk about... We approached the subject a couple weeks ago with boxing dads. But this week, the subject is back in the headlines with Tyson Fury's dad headbutting a member of Usyk's team. Headbutting a member of Usyk's team.
In the head?
It seems like lately it's all about dads. Devin Haney's dad, Ryan Garcia's dad.
That's what I'm saying.
I can go back, dads are like making a comeback in boxing.
Were dads ever a useful tool?
They were banned back in the days, bro, like from the 90s back.
Really? Yeah. Banned or bad?
Banned. Like they weren't even allowed in the gyms. I used to think the first, there's a lot of parents that, but I think the one I can remember that was Shane Mosley and his dad.
Mm.
I know there's people that know the game a little more than me. They probably think further back, but I can't think of that many dads that train their children.
It doesn't bode well. It's like I told you after that episode, I told you about it. It's just like the memory was too fresh when we were talking about it. So I was like, I didn't want to talk about this. But when I was in high school, I was a high jumper and champion high jumper, undefeated high jumper. And my dad,
who couldn't jump shit,
who never high jumped, insisted I change my style.
You doing like special needs jumping, or what the fuck were you doing?
Insisted I change my style.
He's ignoring me.
Yeah.
Okay, your dad told you to change your style.
Okay, this is what happens when I'm trying to fucking tell a story.
Your dad who's never high jumped?
Never high jumped before.
In his life?
Never high jumped in his life.
I just
wasn't a coach, right? And he was like, you should jump like this. And he was, it was, by then, I was terrified of my father. And that whatever he said goes. That fucking ruined whatever chances I had of excelling past high school. Because I would only do what my dad said. The coaches, once they realized I wasn't, and I could still, the way my dad told me to jump, I could still win, but I couldn't go past a certain height. And they were like, well, Adam, stop. I was like, I didn't want to get in trouble with my dad. I didn't want to get yelled at.
Do you remember what the details were of your dad, what he was adding to it? Or what?
Yeah. So you've all seen high jumpers. It's called the Fosbury flop.
They take like 5-6 steps, no, or more.
Or more. They'll 10 to 13 steps from the side, turn, jump over.
Jump up sideways, yeah.
My dad insisted that I run straight at the bar. Yeah, it's But ironically enough, I guess, that was the method before the Fosbury flop.
Mm.
They were running straight at the bar, but then he was like, you should just do this and do that way. And so, of course, I did it because I wanted to please my dad, but that killed any chance I had of excelling past a certain level. That level being high school. Once I got to college, it was over. And I just remember like that desire to please, do what your dad said, be a good son. That fucks up everything. I can only imagine what it's like in the corner. Like I've seen, like Marco, his dad comes and sits over there, and that's a respectable distance. And like, how many do dads know to keep that respectable distance?
No.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to
They don't even have to be in the corner.
You want me to elaborate or her?
Oh, anybody elaborate.
Joe can elaborate.
I think it's, depending on every situation is different, but Marco's dad is very supportive.
Supportive. See, that's the thing. Be supportive, don't coach. Mm-hmm. Do you think is that something dads just don't know how to fucking do?
Of course, because most dads are very competitive and they want to see their kids. They don't want to see their kids do great. They want to see their kids win. And I'm cool.
Look good doing it.
I'm cool with that. But like your dad, you just said your dad wanted you to change your whole philosophy of how you were training to jump.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing in boxing. You have coaches teaching the young men how to fight, and at home you have their parents telling them how to fight.
Oh man!
And unfortunately, the parents have more their weight. They have more weight on their voice. When they talk to their children, the children are going to do what they want to please their parents.
Oftentimes, they have never even done.
Can I just bring it up? We didn't bring this up for certain people. So this this topic just came out. It's not like we planned it.
No.
I have something else on this card. He just went right to it.
No, because this is like the Tyson.
Jose.
This is Tyson. Oh yeah, we're not talking. Cholette, Papa Cholette is dope. Like there's like he's such a good father that he doesn't even enter this conversation of shitty fathers in the corner.
Okay, Adam.
That's why. All
right, Adam.
I love that.
Keep
dude.
it pushing, Adam.
But we're talking, and this is just the conversation about Tyson Fury's dad headbutting somebody. What the fuck? Like,
well, that's why Tyson Fury is the way he is.
Because he's just
a long line. Dad, he's a nutty himself.
Long line of crazy.
I told Habib a long time ago, it doesn't matter what your dad tells you. And I was talking to him in general about fathers. Mm-hmm. Sometimes dads could tell you something, but it's not what they tell you, it's what you see growing up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they can tell you 1,000 things, but if you don't show it to them, they're not going to do it.
Right. Or it's just going to create confusion in their fucking mind. They're going to be more confused than they already are.
I'm not 100% know exactly what it's like to watch someone never do what they told you to do, but always yell at you for not doing what they told you to do. Yeah. That's the thing. Now let's get into Tyson. Do we know why Tyson Fury's dad just hauled off and threw his head at another human? The headbutt is just like no one ever sees it coming. Like if you're in a public altercation and you're yelling back and forth, just headbutt the person you're yelling at. They won't see it coming. It's amazing.
I don't know if it's the dad being the dad. I don't know if the numbers are doing bad. I don't know. Like sometimes they get talked to too, man. Like you're not. This fight, nobody's talking about this fight as much,
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
They also have a switch, I think.
Well, they have to have a switch to be. I mean, and we all have it, but
you know what I mean?
They don't control it. They lose it.
Yeah.
And no disrespect, all the gypsies that I know are like that, man. Like Billy Joe Saunders and all them guys.
Yeah,
Billy Joe Saunders was that. I was at a fight one time when his son was cursing everybody out. His son was like 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm giving a speech in speech class on stereotypes. So I'm like, my brain just like, is that a stereotype of gypsies? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, pretty fiery.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty fiery group of people.
I mean, Mexicans are a bunch of fucking party animals. That's stereotyping.
I just wondering, I guess we'll never know exactly what triggered his brain to headbutt a person.
Sometimes, man, it's not even that. It's like it's an impulse, and you're not controlling that impulse.
I've hauled off and punched people before,
mm-hmm.
and
then you got full Nelson.
No, that wasn't a haul off. That was self-defense. No, but there's that moment right before you punch that person. You turn it into a fight. And I remember, I always think about that moment right before. I was like, yeah, my emotions became too much for me to handle. And I think that so I'm not judging anybody for, somebody just hauling off and headbutting another person. Like, yeah, respect. Right? I have no problem with that. But I just always want to, what was the last thing said before the headbutt? It had to have been good. It had to have been sweet. But, so sorry for, getting away from your list.
Into a touchy subject.
Oh, wait, look. What I just talked about is number 3.
I already crossed it out. Yeah, but I wasn't talking about personal. And I crossed it out because I didn't want to talk about it. I went to Tyson versus Usyk.
Okay, so let's talk about Tyson versus Usyk. That should be the topic. That's this week. I'm going to miss that fight.
But, I mean, the headbutt got us talking about the topic.
See?
I hate that. I hate that. I hate that.
It's like that, though. It's like Ryan.
I know. That's why I started hating. It's like, hey, let's keep it about the fight.
It's like the Canelo fight with Oscar.
I was ready for that fight before Oscar got silly.
Got more eyes.
Yeah. I don't want to watch a fight with the person who
got more views.
Who needs the housewives of boxing aspect to watch a boxing fight, It's
entertainment, bro, at the end of the day. You need numbers. It's a numbers. We're talking
true.
Numbers.
So what do we expect with this Usyk fight?
Man.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, it is a tough one. That is a tough one.
I think I don't know why I'm leaning towards Usyk, and I'm probably going to shut up because I lost with Nettie against Inoue.
Yeah, but I mean, you also won.
It was a good fight. No, I win more than I lose, but exactly. I don't know why I think that if anybody does it, it's going to be a guy like Usyk.
Yeah. Keeps his cool. I think if he could do it against, we're talking about 2 different boxers, Joshua and fucking Fury, right? Obviously, but he had great success against Joshua, and who's to say he can't have success with Fury? You know.
And we're watching Tyson come off of that weird fight with Francis,
and that can also play two roles in his mind. You know what I mean? It could either be I need to fucking redeem myself and remind people who the fuck I am, or he can underestimate Usyk too.
Yeah, because just like to underestimate two powerful boxers at the same time.
Because he's smaller. He's truly a cruiserweight. He's not. He's a small heavyweight. Usyk is so, and I think that when you have extreme confidence, like Fury has, that can work against you as well. You know, it can say like, fuck, I'm the best. Like his skills aren't as good as mine, and then you get taken for a fucking surprise. You know, you get hit by a Ryan's left hook.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Tyson Fury reminds me of this thing a coach said once. Is like coaches. I was talking about affirmations, and coaches is not one for affirmations. Whatever. He just goes to me. You think a lion looks in the mirror and says, "I'm a lion." Lion walks around knowing it's a lion.
Yeah.
And that's what Tyson Fury reminds me of. It's like that guy just walks around knowing he's a destroyer.
So does Usyk.
So
that's what I'm saying. It's like,
but here it's like, who wins, the smaller man or the bigger man? Because I mean, I've seen Pacquiao beat a lot of fucking bigger guys. Mayweather beat a lot of bigger guys.
I think the question is, can Tyson be beat?
Yeah, he's lost before. No, he hasn't lost.
He hasn't lost.
No, he hasn't lost.
Anybody can be beat, man.
He's got a draw, and he should have lost the.
Should have.
He probably should have lost the Ngannou fight.
Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
But no, he's undefeated. But is the fight his to lose, or is it Usyk's to win?
That's a good way to put it. I guess it's his to lose. He's got all the advantages. He's got size. He's got reach. He's got skill.
More fights, no?
Yeah, more experience. More experience in that weight class. That has a lot to do with it. All he has to do, really, man, is fucking hit him, and then he can use his weight against him. Just lean on him, dude, and that'll exhaust the fuck out of him.
Who's the better boxer? Like, to me, Tyson Fury is a great boxer for his weight class. He's actually, I want to say, amazing boxer in his weight class. Is it Usyk is he a good boxer?
He's crafty.
He's crafty?
Yeah, he want to set you up. He want to set you up with something. You know what I mean? But, I mean, I don't know. A lot of people say that Fury doesn't have a chin. But if he can take a crack from fucking Deontay Wilder, I think he'll be all right against
Well, no,
Usyk.
I mean, Deontay put him down. Francis put him down. So you could say that that's
we're talking about some powerful fucking people. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. And this guy's a cruiserweight. He's not really known for knocking motherfuckers out.
He doesn't have the same power as Ngannou.
In my opinion, he doesn't.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not in there with him, but, you know.
All right.
I made up my mind. I'm going with Usyk.
Really?
Yeah.
Coach does not like not taking a risk. Like he sees that limb and he's like, I want to go out. I want to go out on that.
But I'm going with Usyk to win.
Right.
He likes to take a risk, or he doesn't like.
He doesn't like to not take a risk.
Okay, so he likes to take. So
yeah,
he likes to take a risk.
He likes to go out on that limb.
He's a risk taker.
He's like, you get more sun out on the limb.
Usyk
So
by decision, split.
I would like to see. So I'm going to call what I like to see. That's why I don't bet, because I'm that guy who bets on what he likes to see and not what's likely going to happen. I'm calling Tyson by knockout. Hey, that's what I want to see. I love Tyson Fury. I just so you look at that guy and like, that guy's my spirit animal.
I wish I can call it out and be like, I think that Tim Tszyu gonna get a cut in the first, and then he's gonna end up losing that fight. I wish I can call shit out like that.
I called it.
No, and trust me, that's how I felt. That's how I felt watching the Canelo fight. I was like, this is exactly what I should have seen. This is what I should have known. Like, if you know,
you did though. We both picked fucking Canelo by UD.
Maybe it wasn't the Canelo fight. There was a fight. Who got Canelo did not. No, I should have. No, because I picked. I don't care.
We picked Canelo by unanimous
we did.
decision. Both of us did, and he picked.
But it was the way,
by a cut or something.
Mungaya falling. I was like, I should have known Mungaya would take a shot and then fight the rest of it. stuff like that. But I know that's what I'm saying. I know what you mean. It's like you want to call the intricacies of it.
I'm gonna go with Fury.
Like
it'd be embarrassing for him to lose his fight.
Oh, absolutely. It really does. And this
just because of he has literally all. I'm not saying not to take away from Usyk, but I'm saying he's literally got everything in his court as far as like attributes go and even skill.
So it's Tyson's fight to lose. So he got a extra month to prepare because of a cut he got in sparring. So
apparently he's in tremendous shape too. I mean that's not always a determining factor. But so it helps. Two for
Tyson, one for Usyk. Where we going at next?
He only got one title.
Who?
Tyson Fury.
I thought he had most of them.
No, that's my boy.
Then he's only got the WBC.
My boy got 4 bouts.
What?
Yeah, he beat Joshua.
Yeah, but doesn't Tyson have the WBC?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Box record.
There's a screen pop up.
Both these guys are undefeated.
That's a small heavyweight, 6'3".
He's small.
That is a small heavyweight.
He's gonna look like some David and Goliath shit.
Now,
and he's like probably on the lower side of heavyweight.
All the belts are on the line.
Yeah.
Undisputed. So it's the first time undisputed heavyweight in a long time.
Oh wow.
Don't quote me on the date because I don't know it, but it's been a while.
I can Google that real quick.
It's a big fight. It should
like
be
last year, huh?
No, it's like it's a long time ago. I can't remember the fucking name of the fighter. I can't remember. It's obviously a known name. I just can't remember.
Lennox Lewis.
Yeah, it's Lennox.
Yeah, you're right.
I was gonna guess Lennox, but I was like, I don't know if it's him.
Matter of fact, and that's Lennox is like he's looking forward to having his name removed from that. He's looking forward to Usyk or one of them.
Maybe not. Depends on how big his ego is.
That's the article I saw.
But it's good. It's good for heavyweight boxing. Hopefully, regardless of who wins, I hope that it's a good fucking fight and they put on a good showing. It's gonna be, if I'm not mistaken, over there in Saudi. You know, I don't know what time.
Our heavyweight boxing, sans Jared Anderson's last fight, they're rarely a disappointment.
Heavyweight? No, it could definitely be a disappointment.
You really?
Yeah, people want to see knockouts, dude.
I was going to sleep watching them.
Really?
Yeah, if that shit goes past a certain fucking, like, if it's going past a 6, dude, like, I don't know.
They just start slow dancing?
You know?
They start slow dancing.
The only guy who makes heavyweight boxing interesting to me because I like to watch him is Andy. If it's going 12 rounds, I like watching Andy fight.
Yep.
Andy Ruiz.
Oh, yeah.
But honestly, like, people want to see knockouts in heavyweight boxing, dude. You want to see an exciting fucking knockout. Those guys have heavy hands.
This is one. I think Tyson can do it. And collect those 3 belts. Knock them down. Give me your belts. All right. What else? What are we talking about next?
The Haney Garcia. What is it called? Lawsuit or no? Not lawsuit. Petition.
Controversy petition. It's crazy, man. So Haney's trying to petitioning New York State Athletic Commission to not only disqualify Ryan Garcia's win, but hand Haney the win. Make him the winner of that fight for alleged IV use, alleged using the 3 pounds of size advantage, and alleged PED use.
That's pretty...
Use, not use.
Give me the win. That's a bit greedy, right?
If you think about it, okay. All right. PED use. How much is that going to help your skills?
Skills, no. The power to put him on his ass, a lot.
Sure. But in order to have... See, I don't think people understand, like, it's not so much power as it is being able to heal fast enough. That's it. That's really all it is being able to heal fast enough. The strength, that's got to be God-given, dude. It doesn't matter if you fucking juice. But even then, the 3 pounds, he took the $1.5 million. He was okay with that. He was okay with it. They should just not have taken the fight if it was like that. You know? Now they want to cling on this PED use. They better fucking hope that shit comes back positive because otherwise that's embarrassing.
He submitted for his, he wanted the plan B.
May 22nd, they're gonna find out.
May 22nd. Okay. To me, like I don't believe in the system, so I'm pretty positive it's gonna come back clean.
The B sample, the
other
sample, the other shit already came back inconclusive, and they're gonna go with the B sample. They better hope that shit comes back positive, because that's fucking embarrassing in my opinion, dude. Embarrassing, boy.
It's embarrassing. See, it's so okay. Let's just say I had a fight, I lost. I hated losing because no one likes losing. Then you find out your opponent was a doping. And you kind of go, yeah, but he beat me anyway. But you also kind of go, that motherfucker cheated. Give me a rematch. Those are the two thoughts.
You don't want a rematch. He's already said publicly.
I know, and that's the thing. He's already said I don't want a rematch. I'm like if I was his
face all swollen and shit still.
If I was his homie, I'd be like, dude, go get him back. You know, this is your sport. This is what the sport is. The sport is built on rematches. Yeah. You want to make more money?
They probably will eventually. They probably are going to rematch, and I think it is going to make a lot of money once the dust settles. But, you know, they wanted to bitch about Loma fucking petitioning for I don't even know what, when he lost against Haney, right, in Vegas.
I think he just wanted the judges to overturn that card.
Overturn the card. And, you know, whatever, man. It is what it is.
All right.
Nice.
So... And then,
does anybody else think? I feel like I've been fucking just yapping off. Nobody said anything about that.
That's with intention. Wait, about what?
That situation.
About the doping?
About that Haney wanting to petition that.
I think it's a cornball move. I'll say it like that. Just don't ask for the win. I vacate the victory or whatever, or give no contest. What it should be. Yeah, ask for a no contest. Don't ask for a win because you did not. It's not like it was even close, regardless. Like, if that one thing didn't happen, no, you got knocked on your ass like 3-4 times. Definitely. So I think that on video. I think it's on video. It's like he's being greedy. He's being the loudmouth that maybe he should have been leading up to the fight. So when he said that he didn't want a rematch, that's when I was just like, oh, Jesus Christ, stop it. You know, that was when I really kind of tuned out. I'm not a Garcia fan in any light or whatever. So when they were like, oh, he's got dirty piss, I was like, all right. I just looked at Haney. I was like, all right, you got to go fix this. You know, like that's the only thing left to do. I was, like I said, I followed Lance Armstrong's career big in the early 2000s. So when someone, and Barry Bonds, so when someone's dirty piss, they're never going to say, oh, yeah, oops. They're always, except, who's your guy? Tatis? Yeah. Tatis Jr. He's like, oh, I had a ringworm.
He did.
Okay.
He did.
All right. That's a filthy disease. But
the only thing you can cure it was steroids, dog. You had it before?
No.
Dude, where'd you get ringworm from, huh?
Hey, my never mind.
No, he's not.
My brothers, when they used to have a little girl, used to hang out with them when they were little, like 10, 11 years old, and this girl had three ringworms. And they called her Lord of the Rings.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh, my God.
But, yeah, so, like, Garcia is singing the tune that he's singing the I Got Dirty Piss anthem. Like, I didn't do it. The system's against me. So forth and so on.
I kind of believe him though, because one time exclusive right here.
Ooh.
I helped Juan Carlos Burgos when he fought Devin Haney in Pachanga Casino here in San Diego. I went in the elevator with Victor Conte. Victor Conte is the owner of Snack, who is a big sponsor for Devin Haney, and he's part of his promotional not promotional, but he's part of his team.
Yeah.
And I was in the elevator with him, and I can't remember right now who it was. I could look at the time period when that fight took place, and somebody pissed dirty for a steroid. It wasn't that it was a fight somewhere else. I'm on the elevator, Victor Conte, right? I know who he is because Marion Jones, all those guys that got busted in the 80s and 90s. He's banned from every sport. You can search him up right now if you want. He's on the phone next to me. He doesn't even know who the fuck I am in the elevator. He's talking about he can make tests look clean. He can make tests look dirty. I heard that with my own fucking ears in the elevator at Pachanga Casino. And that's when Devin Haney fought Juan Carlos Burgos.
This is the same guy who is also, what is it?
Associated
with Vada.
Vada is the one who tested the steroid. How come he tested clean for 4 samples for a whole month, and then the day of the fight he pees dirty?
Boxers. I would say this is why you got to knock a dude out. You can't
search for Victor Conte.
Like you can't like
Conte. Yeah. You know how to spell that motherfucking raggedy motherfucker.
He looks like a Mexican George Costanza.
He's not Mexican. He's Italian.
Oh, yeah, he looks like an Italian George, which is the same thing.
I guess you're right.
It looks like an Italian George Costanza.
He lives like in Northern California now, I think.
Matter of fact, if George Costanza was a respectable human being, he would look like this guy.
He got banned from everything. You could look at
everything. Balco. Oh, yeah. Once Balco gets involved, you're done.
You're done. Well, obviously not. He's still somehow involved.
He's on his way into boxing.
Mm-hmm. Fucking boxing, man.
And yeah, just
that's David Haney's right hand man. Oh, what picture's right there?
With this one?
The top, Devin Haney. Oh, I was talking about that, huh?
Oh yeah, it's a recent one talking about the fight. Now, okay, here's my question. Conor McGregor has said lifetime ban. The B sample comes back. It's dirty. So it's clear that he intentionally don't. I'm just saying, if the B comes back dirty, at what point do you think a lifetime ban is appropriate, or do you think a lifetime ban is appropriate? In baseball, it's 80 games. First offense. Second offense, I forget, but it's pretty extreme.
I'm cool with 2 years.
That's what UFC did to TJ Dillashaw. 2 years.
I'm cool with 2 years.
And he was using EPO.
Because in their fight career, 2 years is like basically the whole career.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you can't do it.
After that, TJ Dillashaw was pretty much done. That's it. That was it for him. And he was using EPO. That shit's more of like an endurance thing than it is like a fucking strength thing.
That's where I know it from, cycling, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. EPO.
Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of curious to see how this plays out, but I'm kind of over it. I really could give a shit. We got a lot of great fights from a lot of great fighters who respect the sport coming up in the future. So there's that's we don't need to.
It's kind of crazy to think that 4 samples leading up to the fight are clean, and the ones after
the day of the fight he's dirty. Like,
that's crazy.
What
that doesn't make sense.
And people that know about steroids can comment like, does it even benefit him to do steroids right before the fight?
Like, no, I don't. It's a cycle thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
The cycle.
Yeah.
So yeah, but man, just that day hearing Victor Conte talking to Elevator Bros, like, this motherfucker shady, dog.
You knew who he was, but he didn't know who you were.
He didn't know who the fuck. I wasn't even.
No, I'm saying you knew.
No,
who
because I didn't even have a Munguia shirt. They were all dressed because that day my uncle Joe.
No, I'm saying, did you know who he was on site?
Yes, because I knew who he was. I knew he know. Yeah, I knew who he was because he was working with Mario Heredia, that fucking guy that got banned from track and field. And my uncle, Joe Cortez, was part of the team for Devin Haney.
Okay.
So I was there talking to all of them, but I wasn't wearing a Burgos shirt or nothing. I was just there neutral.
But he's saying stuff that you're like, you don't say around.
He just taught out some fucking Mexican in the elevator, dog. He didn't know who I was.
That reminds me of that conversation that fucking ref was having in the
tell him about that.
Shuttle.
Tell him about that.
We're heading to the shuttle for the fights in Canelo. Vegas. Yeah, when we were on the undercard, and we were chilling, and the last person to get in was Harvey Dock, the fucking ref that fight.
The tall one.
The one who refed Haney Garcia.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
yep.
And he was just having
about the conversation.
He was just having a conversation. He was having He was having a conversation on the phone, like open, just like everybody's in the shuttle. And he's like, oh man, don't even worry about that, man. You know, if the money's right, just like that. I was just like, is this?
We're assuming, but we're like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
You shouldn't be talking about money. I want to put on my phone and record him, though.
He was talking about a Craigslist ad. He was selling a couch.
Yeah.
He was selling a couch on Craigslist.
I say it like that because that's how it sounded.
Yeah, no, and not just that. He was on the phone looking like this, talking about money.
Yeah.
Like not carrying the bro.
Gotta worry about that. You gotta worry about
like
that.
Like an old pimp.
Yeah.
If the money's right. If the money's jeez.
I'm trying to tell you, if you ain't gotta worry about that.
And see, those are the little things that I'm telling you about. It's like almost kind of like the same like Victor Conte. It's the same shit.
All right, this is. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start watching professional pillow fighting.
All of a sudden, we're gonna get some views.
They'll probably do steroids and that shit too.
Hell yeah! Like that, like the slap contest?
Like,
Yeah.
that
motherfucker.
you got to test in the slap contest. That's freaking ridiculous.
No, them
But
bitches look like this, dude.
Yeah,
That's the palm of the
hand.
hand.
That's
a punch.
A pillow fight. I tried to watch ESPN.
See motherfuckers getting knocked out cold doing that shit.
Championship pillow fighting was on ESPN a couple weeks ago. I tried to watch it. I didn't make it 30 seconds into the round. I had to turn that shit.
You know what? Dana White has, he's got an eye for shit, man. A lot of people are like, man, that's just fucking stupid. But people are starting to fucking like talk. It just looks crazy though, man. You take one clean ass fucking slap to the face.
Just fall backwards.
He's part of that?
Yeah, Dana
White's part of Power Slap?
Yeah.
Hey, talking about Conor McGregor, I saw he just bought, he into the bare knuckle fighting.
Yep. He did, BKFC.
And I'm thinking, and I've been part of some of those, and I just didn't like them.
They're gnarly.
I don't know if having Conor on there is going to help or make it. I'm sure he's going to bring more attention, but that's just like watching a fight that goes on too long.
Exactly. Yes. That's it. Boxing is the only finesse sport. Everything else is brutal. All right. Give us one more topic so we can wrap up and get out of here. Fighting inside. Thank you. Thank you for remembering that one. Someone, I was working with someone in the class, and they were just like, how do I fight inside? And it's such a good question, but with so many answers. So I was like, I don't know. You know what you should do? You should talk to Ducky. I'll be really good at just
talk to Coach.
Not answering stuff. But, Coach, if someone wants to learn to fight inside, what's the process?
To me, the hardest thing about fighting inside is staying calm. Because you're going to get hit.
Yep.
Now, it's where you get hit that matters, right? So for me personally, when I'm fighting inside, when I used to fight inside, the first thing I protected was myself from uppercuts and body shots. I don't want to be surprised with either one of them in that order. They can come upper first and then body, or body and then upper. Those are the first things I'm protecting. This arm is here and this hand is here. Now, once you get that down, then you get inside, and then you got to learn how to punch with your hips. Not with your upper body no more. Everything has to be tight and pop it, because they can see all the load ups, and you don't want to load up any shots. So if I'm here fighting with you and I do this, automatically shots coming, you'll beat me to it or you get it. So what you got to do is just push it out, So to answer that question, the best way is learn how to get comfortable. And I do that a lot with people in my classes. I tell them there's two things that you got to learn how to conquer: is fighting at a mid-range. For me, at a mid-range is my arm fully extended and touching you without my elbow bent. Long range to me is when I'm not touching you. I can step in and punch and get out.
I'm not touching you.
And short range is when my elbows are bent.
Okay.
Almost like an uncomfortable mid-range.
Mm-hmm.
So once you learn how to get in those positions with these fighters, it's learn how to stay calm. And if you're going to be inside, you got to want to control the tempo. Mm-hmm. You want to control the pace. If you let him get off first, all those fucking shots hurt in there.
And one thing I've learned is once you get inside, stay inside. Like, don't let them back up and create that distance. You're now in a dance. You're now in that nice little dance.
I personally think if fighters would work more on the inside, boxing would be like the UFC right now is. Because all fighters now, if you ever watch coaches do pad work, everything is from a long range, explosive and out. It's cool. But what happens when the fighter gets close? They don't know how to fight. So what do? They wrap.
They wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they do wrap because they don't want to fight when they have a disadvantage.
Okay.
And that becomes boring because even the old ladies in Mexico watching the fight are like, que se están abrazando? Why are they fucking hugging for? Like, fight, So the art of fighting inside is pretty much not 100% done, but there's few fighters that could fight inside, and because it's hard. If I'm built slower and stronger, and my opponent is faster, he's gonna move and he's not gonna stay with me in there.
Here's a good question: where is your head? Like when
definitely
you're inside?
Not like this, Adam.
See, that's
for me,
what people see.
I always hear people.
I don't do that the way you worded that.
I always hear people say, "Get your head out the center line," right?
Mm-hmm.
And I always used to think, why? I control the fucking center line. I'm in fucking charge. What are you scared of? Get your head off the line for? What the fuck for? Mm-hmm. Walk that motherfucker. Take control. It's like somebody fighting you, and they're walking straight through you, and they don't give a fuck what you're doing at them. Mm-hmm. That's what walking. But people that get their head off the center line, to me, can't take shots. Now, do you want to take shots? No, you don't. Minimal. But you want to touch. You want to use your hands to deflect the punches. But you want to walk down the center line. If you're doing all this, you risk getting hit more to me. Mm-hmm. To me personally. But in a short game, you want to come press forward, blocking everything, just moving your hands a little bit, moving your head slightly, and then exploding, controlling the center line.
Okay.
So I always want to be facing my opponents and my eyes directly at their chest or neck.
And last week you took like behind the knee.
Yeah, behind. Yeah.
Keep your head behind the knee. So
watch Subriel Matias. I think if you want to watch contemporary, like right now, he's probably like one of the best.
He's one of the few guys that, and he's scary because
very.
He's like undefeated and he has a death. Like he killed somebody in the ring.
That's okay.
And knockouts like a mofo.
Matter of fact, we just saw him fight. Who did he fight?
He bought this Russian guy, bro. We were there.
Yeah.
No, not the one he killed, but he just recently he was on somebody's card.
Yeah, he was on Benavidez' card. Benavidez Andrade.
Yeah. That guy.
Andre.
Click on him.
Which one?
This guy right here on the bottom. No. The one right here.
Oh, the second one. Okay. Yeah.
Click on him.
And he's starting to wear his name on his shorts.
He had 21 knockouts. He was a fucking knockout artist.
Oh, yeah.
And fucking Matias destroyed that guy.
It's crazy, man. You talk about being comfortable on the inside because he came at Matias like the first couple rounds. He came at him.
Watch that fight.
With everything, dude. And Matias stayed calm. He stayed calm. He weathered the storm and boom, 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 broke him down, dude. Next thing you know, he made him quit. He's got that effect of like making motherfuckers quit on the stool.
He has like 3 or 4 he's made quit in a row, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the most important thing about fighting inside is staying calm in the fire.
Staying calm, dude.
Staying calm in the fire and be ready to take away the shots that you don't see coming. The uppercut inside fucking sucks, and that body shot to the liver sucks.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah.
Habib got me last week with the just straight to the belly. And I thanked him for it after because it was like something I needed to learn. But at the same time, it was like I caught his mitt too late.
I saw it. Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm not giving this back till I heal. I'm not letting go till I heal.
And, you know, I know some coaches are all going to say, oh, that's bullshit, man. You got to get your head off the center line. And that's the way they teach. You know, I respect everybody that teaches different tactics, you know. Mm-hmm. For me personally, I think it works better that way. So I'm not saying that what they're doing is wrong. Some of you young fighters that might be watching this be like, that's not what my coach said. Listen to your coach because he's the one teaching you. He knows what you can and can't do.
Right.
For me personally, that's how I teach my guys, you know, just to be dogs.
Yep, he does.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's wrap this up. There's a fight this weekend that, like, not many people are talking about. It's Tyson Fury versus Usyk or something.
I predicted
that.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Navarrete is also going to fight.
Here in San Diego.
Here we got
that's right.
Giovanni Santillán is also going to fight Brian Norman Jr. I expect to see a really good show out from Giovanni in that fight. He looked really sharp the last time I saw him spar.
Somebody's asking me if Giovanni trained at the arena.
No. Giovanni used to train with me when he was a kid. He trained with me for 8 years.
Undisputed?
Okay. Yeah. And he'll come and spar sometimes at the arena.
Okay.
But right now he trains with Robert Garcia up there in Riverside.
Mm-hmm. He looked really good.
And he's always been with he's with his dad. Him and his dad. That's another dad.
Yeah.
A good dad.
He's all right.
All right.
Should be a good turnout from one of the local kids making a pro debut.
And then I'm gonna go help Coach Bashir in San Francisco with Jacob fights out there.
Oh, Jacob Makaloloy.
Yeah, we'll be up there in San Francisco.
The one thing I thought you wouldn't fucking pronounce right.
It's just like he worked with me on it.
You had to. You went back to the moment he taught you, didn't you?
No, he's like, no, it's. So
guys, please,
it's a sound.
Like, comment,
subscribe.
Subscribe.
I'm taking over this bitch talk. Subscribe.
It's your podcast.
What does that say?
Oh, you know, I was debating on speaking to this because I don't want to butcher the. We had a young man pass away. You know, Sharif Lawal. He made his pro debut, and I didn't know if I wanted to talk about this because I hate all this influencer boxing because a lot of athletes have died doing the sport, and I just feel like it's disrespect to everybody that's died before to be doing these fucking jokes of fighting. You know, like you know who we're talking about, and Sharif Lawal. I hope I didn't say his name wrong. He passed away from his complications in the fight. And it's just sad to see shit like that in the boxing. You want to know how to spell his name?
Yeah.
It's right here. Look it. It's.
Speaking of that, Kambosos got his ass handed to him by Lomachenko, man.
RIF.
Yeah. So Kambosos did not win that fight.
LAWAL.
Definitely not. Definitely not. This is not a game, man. Like these guys, sometimes you're taking years off your life after certain fights, dude.
That's the kid, man. He died in the ring, man. He died in the hospital. I think in the hospital from complications. He got knocked out. His pro debut.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I mean, United Kingdom, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a tough one.
So I didn't want to touch on it, but then things happen for a reason, right?
Yeah, but and that's a good point though. Is like the influencer boxing, it's misleading.
There used to be a famous. There used to be a famous saying in boxing that I used to take so much honor in it. They used to say you can't play boxing, and I used to be like, that's true, man. Like you can never fucking play you play football, you play baseball, you play every other sport.
Yep.
But it seems like lately everybody's playing boxing.
Yeah. You can simulate different sports is like close to game night as you really can. But in terms of a fight, man, you can never simulate what it's really gonna be like when you're under the lights and you have no headgear and you have the small ass fucking gloves.
And we're gonna talk about this next week, like just newbies starting boxing.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about this next week. But if you're starting boxing in that first hit or the first sparring match upset you, maybe it's not your thing.
Maybe it is.
Okay?
We'll talk about it next week.
All right, bye guys.
Peace.
This has been a Point in Yo production. Yeah, I think the words, but sometimes they don't come out of my mouth no good.